This is the most comfortable wilderness survival I have ever seen. Men and women team up to survive in the wild for no food, 1 day, no water, no clothes. Relying on their own survival skills, they have to find a way to find food, build a shelter. If you meet a teammate with a similar personality on the way, sleeping at night allows for direct close contact. Successfully complete the challenge and win $100,000 location, Alabama in North America. The weather here is bad. The temperature difference between there are also thousands of black bears roaming around. Not to mention the degree of danger. The female contestant participating in the challenge is participating in some outdoor cycling, but also learning all kinds of primitive skills from an as soon as he has money in his pocket. Joining this challenge is purely for excitement. And the male contestant, I'm not an idle person. Steven is a professional adventurer. They often hunt wild animals around the world. My favorite thing to do is to bush down buffalo. As a true master hunter, he claimed that he must make his teammates live a happy life. After arriving at the first point in the foretrap, the two quickly took off their clothes. I thought the first meeting would be awkward. It turns out that this girl, Cheris, has the right taste. Alright, I haven't seen in a while. I completely just stare at him. And that's all I could focus. I didn't even know what his face looked like. I just right to death. I'm not enough. Can you go? It will bite you, okay? This operation directly disrupted Steven. After a little relaxation, he determined the direction of travel, going all the way east to the river. There will be a camping route further by the streams. However, you must not be careless when sharp economic spikes are everywhere. But the upper body was stabbed and bruised. Even private parts are doomed. En route, the relationship between the two has also become closer, but mentally, it's enjoyable. After 2.5 hours of hard work, they finally reached the riverbank. The journey along the river can be reduced by more than Harris also admitted that he would sleep with his teammate Steve, although the surface is very calm. But in fact, my heart has already It will be dark in another hour and a half. They had to build the silver coins quickly. Just found an empty roof on the shore. The two then began collecting sticks. Quickly a single bed. And Charis goes on fire. Thanks to the fact that the environment here is quite dry, I'm on fire with no effort. As night falls, the two cooked themselves a pot of boiled water, a little bit of hydration. They lay together and fell asleep. Extremely similar in personality. Let the two basically have endless questions to talk about. Looking at this situation, it is estimated that it will heat up soon. The people who can't stand the cold, they hug each other naturally. Good guy sticks so hard. Will it really not misfire? Wait until the next morning. Basically, neither of them slept well. The reason is that there were small animals in front of them. In the blink of an eye. They basically therefore, in order to improve the quality, they're going to put the roof up today. Chopped a few sticks slender enough. Tie it with vines to form a tripod. Gather a little green leaves later. I wanted today. Finish all the work. The result is constant hunger. I feel that the two have to rest in place, so I worked on and off all day. Nightfall. The two also hugged each other and slept together, but it's still not enough. Charis was lying on top of his teammates. Dude, this operation is really cap. If that's how you play it, then I'm going to spend the night next to each other. Wait until the third day. The two of them who woke up in the morning were not embarrassed according to Steven. That's just to keep warm. Since the two have not eaten for 3 days and 3 nights, I'm going to find something to eat today anyway. The two went to the river for a long time, and they didn't find any fish or shrimp. Just then, Steven suddenly saw something ahead. So, I ran over and it turned out to be a spicy strip swimming in the water. He just went down with a stick and gave it a box. Go back to the camp and cook directly in the iron pot. After 2.5 minutes, I also enjoy spicy strips of meat naturally goes without saying. Protein males are more than 10 times that be able to eat such delicious food. This made Cherish rave about his teammates after eating and drinking. Night soon because hugging and sleeping is still not so enough. Steven lay directly on top of his teammates again. Good guy. It turns out that you measure every day. This has become their honeymoon. Wait until day 4. So far, the most basic problem has been to maintain this situation now. So, I started looking around again for food. Pretty soon, they discovered wild silence that were edible. The rhizomes of this plant can be safely eaten and the taste is pretty sweet. Therefore, the two packed a large bundle of fire and returned to the camp. Can eat in addition to. It can also be used as a shower. And just when Harris wanted to slice it, but accidentally cut his finger. Soon the medical team rushed over and began dressing the wound. And Steven was there, encouraging, it looks like I'm treating my girlfriend like this. And they didn't rest. Steven started washing his teammates' hair. You think that's it? And there's something Harris also asked him to clean his bumps. I have to say that you two are indeed a little too close. After the challenge is over, you are not allowed to go home and have still sleep together. Wait until the 5th day in order to get enough protein. Steven took his teammates out hunting again, although deer footprints were found by the river. But after turning around for a long time, wait until day 6. Didn't find They're still looking for trouble in the jungle. Nightfall. Lots of wolves are starting to appear. Fortunately, the two of them have the blessing of worried about them breaking into the camp. As time comes to day, Steven made a spear for hunting. According to the trail in the jungle, he concluded that there should be many small animals. So here we are on day 10. The two took their equipment and went hunting again. Soon there was movement in the bushes ahead. Steven said nothing, just grabbed the spear and rushed over. With a stick, he successfully caught the prey. A closer look turned out to be a wild appendage. The meat on this thing can be imagined. Come to the river and clean up the fur. I thought it would be a good meal after cooking. And as a result, Charles tasted it. Means it tastes bad. Steven, who did not believe in evil, also I never thought that entire meat is really. You can't eat it with confidence at all. Nightfall. The two did not sleep together today. Wait until day 14. They basically threw away all the subsidiary meat. Then he went back to the jungle in search of new food. I thought I wouldn't catch anything good today. As a result, a Lin Banring suddenly appeared on the ground. This scared Charis. However, for them, this is a hard-won dinner. Steven first held his tongue to the ground with a stick. Then he went down with a machete and directly separated. When he came to the river to process the looking at the beating heart of the snake, he stuffed it directly into his mouth and enjoyed the sashimi. Then they put the spicy strips of meat in a pot to cook. This taste is really unspeakable. Sure enough, the bigger the body, the better sitting in the camp, the more energy you have in your body. Nightfall, it began to rain heavily. This undoubtedly gave the lives of both of them. Heavy rain continued for 3 days and 3 nights. And during that time, they hardly ever went outside. We don't know what else to do when the camera is turned off. Wait until day 17. The continuous rainy days made their camp becomes confused. And the fire source is also directly although the two can hold each other warm at night. But it's probably hard to hold on without fire. So the two began to find a way to live again. And the sky was dark again. Nightfall. Harris climbed on top of his teammate again. I'm a little unfortunate that you really didn't wait until day 18. After a whole day of unremitting effort, Steven finally raised the firefly. The two who left the fire has regained its former vitality. In the blink of an eye, it's finally time to go home and study the route. Before leaving, Harris made a pair of straw sandals. They had to walk a kilometer south. En route, the spikes on the road pricked Charlie's feet. Fortunately, his teammates have been in front of him to encourage him. The two also successfully reached the target. With the slow arrival of the 4 trampolines, this hunger contest is finally over. This time, not only will you be able to split $100,000 positive results,